Is it on?
I think so. I think we're live.
And we're live!
We're live. hmm
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the third episode of Paulette and Becs Wine Live. At number three. Tonight is an impromptu wine live. We are just popping on because we missed a week and we missed you guys. So, yeah. Tonight we're going to be talking to Rebecca about, she just came back.
That's me.
That's her. She just came back from her self development conference in San Antonio. Is that right? Yeah.
No, it Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Oh, damn!
You were off. Yeah, no, we were in
Too much
Albuquerque,
of
New
the
Mexico.
video.
Yes. We've been chatting a little bit before we popped on here.
Right. It's actually taking us quite a while to get on here, guys, because we've had some technical difficulties. But you know what? That doesn't matter because that's real life. And
That's like my technical difficulties trying to take Paulette in this video right now.
and we have wine to help us through, so it's all good, right?
Absolutely.
So speaking
So,
of that,
yes.
for all you folks watching, we just want to, like usual, get a count of who is drinking what tonight. So, in the same fashion that we always do, Bex is drinking red because, of course, she's a redhead. She loves her red wine,
Yeah.
and
Gotta
I,
go with it.
ladies and gentlemen, am now back at it on the wine train this week with my white. Um, so yes, I thought I'd give an update to my water challenge. So my husband and I, for those of you who haven't watched our other two wine lives, my husband and I in April did a water challenge, and we were both going to just drink water for the whole entire month of April. And I am very proud to say that I won.
Yes, you did.
This is
Yes.
the part where, so my husband and I are incredibly um, competitive, and he cracked. What are you gonna do? So do you know what I did? Oh yes, I was gonna tell you this. I never did tell you this, Bex. Um, the next day after he cracked, I called his office at work, and I made his. I made him gather the people in the office and have him tell them that I won.
No, you didn't. That
And
is amazing.
why I'm so awesome.
Yes, that is amazing.
Yes.
Did they
They
cheer?
they just laughed.
We can
I
take that as
enjoyed it
cheering.
thoroughly, but whatever. Anyways,
That is amazing. I
cheers.
am gonna
Cheers
see
to
here
being
how.
back. What's that?
Sorry. No, go ahead. What were you saying?
No, I said cheers to being back.
Absolutely. Cheers to that, friend.
I missed you, buddy.
Wait, I'll make a.
Quality work there you got there.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
Okay.
So, just to kind of wrap up, we have been kind of off here for about 2 weeks. We said we'd come right back to a go live, and it just didn't work out. I had got back from New Mexico, and my family was visiting. They looked after our son for 9 days, I think it was. It was the longest we've ever left him. He'll be 2 in June, and he did absolutely amazing. And then my parents stayed for another week, so I wasn't able to touch base with Paulette really, and we didn't get a chance to chit chat about my week away and some of my takeaways. So I figured, why not just share them here, and we can go over that. And everyone that doesn't know what I was at, Paulette and I actually went to the first course together in Edmonton. It's called Awaken through AWOL, they're called, and it's basically a personal development course that kind of just digs deep into sort of our belief systems and what it is, the way we think and how we interact and react to situations. And help me out here, kind of
Uh,
everything that we've learned and who influences us and everything. And they take us through a lot of different things over a 3-day course, and it's different for each and every person of what you take away from it. And it was absolutely amazing. I mean, I got to learn so much about myself, sort of what my goals were when I was younger. It takes you back to being a younger person and sort of where you learn things and take away and how you're implementing that in your day-to-day life. I had a ton of realizations when we were there, and that was in February. Lots of realizations for me. Lots of people have breakthroughs and learn so much about themselves. And I'm not sure, how did you feel there, Paulette?
Oh, it blew my mind.
Like, yeah.
We kept saying, and I think I had done a go live afterwards about it, and I just like literally had no words because I couldn't explain it. I felt like I was emotionally hungover, actually. That's one way to explain it.
Yeah.
But it was just so like it's an intense weekend. It's like 3 days straight of talking about your feelings.
Seriously. And that is probably terrifying to some people because
Yeah.
like a year ago I would have been like, you want to talk to me 3 days about my feelings? Like, what? But when we've like both Paulette and I, we've been taking the time and we read some books and we've been focusing on becoming more positive people and the better things we can do in life as opposed to what's holding us back and why is this holding us back. Like we want to look for solutions in life as opposed to the things that might impede where we're going so we don't actually take on that challenge.
Right. Exactly.
Right? Yeah, I mean, Awaken was amazing to have all these. It basically wakes you up, and I know lots of people get kind of like, "Well, just tell me what you do. Tell me what you do." There, we can't tell you what we do because it would take away from each and every person's experience there. So it's kind of just forming in our heads, like to explain how we reacted and how we were able to take things away from that experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing, and I'm going to give you a heads up right now. It's going to be about the same thing that for Activate that I went. Instead of a 3-day course, it was a week-long course. We went to this beautiful apple orchard in Albuquerque, New Mexico on a mountain, and it was gorgeous. The sunrises there at I think it was like 5:30 a.m. You get up, they were breathtaking. Like it was incredible. And I've never seen anywhere so flat. When I got there, I was like, I can just see forever. I mean, I live in the Rocky Mountains, so it's like you look out the window and there's a mountain. It's
Yeah.
not so. Um, but when I was there, we got to stay in these amazing bunkhouses. Like, I mean, it takes you back to summer camp. I never got to go to summer camp, so I felt like it was like taking me for a flashback of what it would have been like. But only it was with a group of people in my bunkhouse, women, and there was 49 of us at this event that just we're all there to work on positive mindset. So it was just the most encouraging atmosphere and love. Like there was so much love and just everything that was there was it was amazing. So we were there for 7 days, and some of the takeaways that I took from there was I'm not sure where to kind of begin, but a couple things was something that stood out to me was this challenge that we did, and it was explained to us of being givers and takers. This was huge for me because, like say someone goes up to you, you go out for dinner with your friends, and someone offers to pay for dinner, and they say, okay, well, I got this, but you're like, no, 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 I don't want you to, and you think that you're being a giver back because you don't want to allow them to pay. Right? We're actually taking that away from them, the ability to give to us, if that makes sense. And it was amazing to me just to be able to accept what someone's giving to you. That's where instead of taking something away from that person to be able to give to us, we want to allow them to do that. I want to allow someone to do that for me because I know for myself, if I was to give to someone, I want to take you out for dinner. This is just an example. And you don't let me, it actually is almost hurtful in a way.
Yeah.
Right? So that's like someone's taking that ability away from me. Whereas I always thought I was a giver, but I wouldn't allow people to do these things for me.
It's
So
like
I was
giving.
actually taking away from someone, which is a really cool concept. And like it's a big concept, but that's just a small example of how I can kind of explain that and realizing even in just your home life how you do that and how are you holding yourself back, are you giving it your all, and are you allowing others to give their all.
Yeah.
Does that
It's
make
like
sense?
giving it. Yeah, totally. It's like giving a compliment to somebody, right?
Totally.
Um, if you give a compliment to somebody, and I used to be so bad for this. Somebody's like, "Oh, I really love your hair," or "You look great. I really love your hair." And then your response is, "Oh, whatever." Or, "Oh no,
Mhm.
I look fat in this outfit." Or, you know what I mean? Somebody is trying to pay you a compliment. It's
Yeah.
rude to then
Yeah.
not accept the compliment. Somebody told
Totally.
Yeah, somebody told me a long time ago, if somebody pays you a compliment, you're just supposed to say, even if you don't agree with it, you say thank you.
Yep. Or on a side note of that too is a lot of the time someone says, "Oh, I love your dress." It's like, "Oh, well, I love your hair."
Mm-hmm.
Like you instantly give back another compliment instead of actually just receiving what that person's saying to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the part is if you don't believe it, ask yourself why, because that's what someone else sees that in you,
Yeah.
right? So it's the kind of that voice in our head of why aren't we confident enough to see what that person's seeing in us? Like, let's believe those things because
Yeah.
people don't just say that to say it, right? They think those things are said to mean something.
I've been, for the last little while, like for the last year or so, I found myself very conscious of, like if I see something somewhere on someone, or like at the bank. I just had this at the bank the other day. So somebody's at the bank and they're taking or cashing my check or whatever, and this girl had like gorgeous nails, and like I don't know her from a hole in the wall, but I was like, "Oh my god, I love your nails." And she was like, "Oh, thanks." And then we had a little conversation about like where she got her nails done, and it was a whole thing. But like you could just see in her eyes as soon as I said that, she was like, "Oh, thanks." But like even when I'm at the grocery store, or if I see someone and I notice something, and I'm thinking it in my head. If I think it in my head, I'm gonna say it out loud.
Yeah.
Because why hold it in? Like
Yeah.
I could make someone's day a little bit better by simply saying like, "I love your skirt. That's awesome.
Mhm.
Where'd you get it?" You know what I mean? And then it
Yeah.
gives like a little pick up in their step. Why keep
Totally.
that in? Share it. You know what I mean?
Right? It's an amazing thing. And I mean, even just so when we finished our course, Kent and I had to drive. We flew back from New Mexico to Spokane and we had to drive back. So it was a 3 hour drive. And we go camping at this little campground on Lake Pend Oreille every year. And there's a pizza place right there that we just absolutely love. And we get it once a year. It's like the best pizza we've ever had. And Kent looked at me and he was like, "You want to take the detour and we'll go to the pizza place?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." Not even realizing. And normally this would never have been an option previously. And it's 40 minutes out of our way. So we detoured 40 minutes to go to this pizza place. It was a pouring rainstorm. And we were just like, "Yeah, let's do it." And we got there. And I don't know what it was, but like the sun was only on this building. Like it was beautiful. Like it was hot. We were in our t-shirts and we got in, we ordered pizza and we walked upstairs and we walked out onto the deck to overlook the lake at this beautiful little pizza place. It's like this little hole in the wall hidden. And Kent he's walking in front of me out onto the deck and all of a sudden just shaking hands with these guys, this couple that's there, struck up a conversation. And I was like, thought we knew them. I was like, where do we know these people from? No, never met them in our life. Like, honestly, we came out of this different people, like, opened ourselves right up to the possibilities of who can we meet, who can we have conversations with. And we ended up with these two couples. We left, we were there for an hour and a half, hugging these people, ate pizza together, had a couple drinks, and we're on our way. And now we're all friends. And it was like the most amazing experience. And we never would have done that prior to this, of just becoming more okay with ourselves and not worrying about what others are thinking of us and actually being happy with who we are.
Yeah, what other people think of you. That's huge, 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 huge. And so
It
many
was
people,
so much fun and it was amazing. And we just like left that and we were like, whoa, like let's do more of that. Like that was so cool.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I can say
Really,
from an outsider looking in, you could totally see the shift
yeah.
with you and Kent. So Rebecca's husband's name is Kent, and he is the coolest guy in the world. But these two, what I think is the best is that these two. So we met, for all those people who, because I'm doing this from my personal page today. For all of you who don't know, Bex and I met in our online business. And Bex and her husband Kent are doing it together. And when we went, so we've known each other online for a long time, but we've actually only met
Well,
twice in.
about a year. It's only been a year.
Yeah, I met you in October.
Yeah.
So not even a year, yeah.
No.
Anyways, they after we went to Awaken, because Kent and Bex also came to Awaken, um, there was a huge shift. You could just see it in you guys, and I loved it. And I told you guys afterwards, like Kent actually, Kent and Bex are engaged, and they have been for how long were you before that?
20,
20 years.
5 years. 5 years. 2013, I was going to say. So we've been engaged for 5 years, but
Yeah,
we were never able to pick a date, get
yeah.
any closer than that. Yeah.
And then at Awaken, can't like just because like you guys, I can't even explain how transformational this weekend is. But anyways, Kent reproposed to Bex on stage at Awaken at the end of the event, and it was like everyone was in tears.
Yeah.
We were all like, "Oh my god, it's so beautiful!" And
And I
now
think,
you guys
oh, and
doing
I,
it, right?
yeah. And like, I think too, it was really funny how at that first course, I had a lot of realizations, but I had a massive fear of being in front of people. And everyone afterwards, like, I literally felt like afterwards, I watched the video, someone filmed it, and I felt like I was a zombie. Like, I walked up there, yeah, yes. Like, I was inside, I was so excited, and I looked like a zombie, and everyone else was tears, and I was like, oh my God. And then after going to activate, something was literally activated in me, and I'm not scared of a camera anymore. I'm not scared to be up in front talking to people. And I literally shifted from being a very quiet, introverted person. So I thought I'd created that for myself to being this. I'm cool with going in front of people. I want to meet new people and I want to go do those things and be in front. Like, I feel like if that was to happen now, I probably would have been this vibrant, bubbly person instead of like, holy crap, like what's happening right now?
Well,
Which,
it's true.
like, it
Like
was an amazing experience, and I would never change it for the world. Like, it was so incredible for me.
you just
But
see the difference in how you've changed, right?
exactly, I see the difference in myself and possibly how I would have reacted different. But you can't live in the past, right? Like, it was an incredible experience, and I'm so excited. Like, we picked next year, June, July. I'm working on venues right now as to what we're gonna pick, and we're gonna set the date hopefully ASAP,
Yay!
and we're gonna do that. So I'm super excited for that. So lots of things came out of it that from these courses that just change the way that we. It doesn't even change the way we think. It changes the things, the voices and things that we've developed in our head that tear us down,
Absolutely. From
right?
it, the
Because
things that are preventing you to live your best life, right?
exactly, 100%. And I mean, like, for myself, it was like these. I would always see online or somewhere else. I'd talk to someone and felt like I could relate to a person, and this person has so much confidence and they're so happy or they have something, right? And I could see, like, I felt like I could relate, but then I'm like, oh, that's not me. There's this voice in my head, like, oh, you can't do that. This isn't you. This that tears you down, right? Like, we develop these voices in our heads. And for myself, I developed a voice that was like, you are not outgoing. You're not this. You're not that, right? And now it's just like, wait a second. If you can relate to that, that's like your inner being screaming to be let out. Like, fight those voices off that you've created and pull yourself out.
Step outside of your comfort zone, and
Yeah,
with that comes happiness. And yes,
100%.
sometimes it's scary as shit,
Yeah.
but let me tell you how freeing it is on the other side. And I
Serious.
don't know, I don't know if we had talked about. I think we talked about it in our first live about how this whole thing came to be. You and I doing this
Yeah.
is that Bex was terrified to go on camera and do a go live, and with
Yeah.
her business, that's part of it, right? Is that we do, or you want to try to kind of get your face out there.
Yeah.
And I suggested, I'm like, well, why don't I do one with you? Because this girl's got a lot to talk about.
Get me started. I won't stop.
I know. And then it turned into this giant thing where we were like, hey, we relate with so many people. And like just like you said, you know, that feeling you get when you see somebody else talking about something, and you're like, yeah, I feel like that too. Well, I feel like we all have value to give. Everybody has value to give. And why listen to those self-limiting beliefs and not let the world talk about it? Or
And
not,
you know what? Like, I don't want people to think like, oh, just shut that voice off because that's easy.
it takes
It's a
work.
battle every single day.
Yeah.
It's something that like you wake up in the morning and you go to get dressed and you literally have to rewire yourself and give yourself lots of encouragement and daily affirmations. And it's like, I am enough. I am good. And you look in the mirror and then all of a sudden you're like, oh no, I don't like the way I look. I don't like this. I don't like that. It's like, no, you have to fight that off until you believe the good things
Yeah.
because those good things are true.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to say these things. Like we're just like you're having a battle in your head, but you have the most conversations with yourself in a day of anybody. So
Yep.
why not make it a positive thing?
Boom. Okay, stop. We need to cheers to that. That
Cheers.
that right there, people. That was value right there. Cheers.
Anyways, let's make a little. We've been just chit
Who's
chatting
got,
away like crazy
do we
here.
have
We've
I can't.
got a lot of people popping on here, and I just want to give a little acknowledgement here.
Yeah.
Miss Ange Power, oh my heart for you. This is a girl that I moved to Fernie when I was 18, and we worked together at a ski shop. She lives in, I think you're in Australia right now, aren't you, Ange? I'm not sure if she's still on here. But anyways, love her so much. She had a huge part in my life and just healthcare and everything. And cheers to you, girl. Miss Mickey.
Mickey.
We have Tara Brew. Tara was at Activate with me.
Awesome.
Wonderful, wonderful girl. I'm thinking maybe this woman we chatted possibly. I haven't even tossed this out to Paulette yet, but she might pop on here and share a little bit of her stuff with us.
Come
She's
on
a
down.
wonderful human being. Jessica. Who else we got here? Dropping comments. Those are our girls right now.
Some love it.
Oh, and Miss Kim. Can't forget Kim. Kim is also at Activate with us. It is a incredible community. You start to form this, even at Awaken, you form this knit group of people, and then it just gets stronger and stronger, and you create this family, basically, is what it feels like. These people at these courses get to know the deepest parts of you that maybe haven't been shared with other people. And it's really cool to form those relationships, and maybe some things that have been holding you back in your past or that have affected you in your past, they don't resonate with these relationships because it's your past and you want to push through, and it's going to grow you as a person.
Yeah.
And instead of dwelling on things and possibly judging yourself for what has happened, people get to see you in who you are. It's really cool.
Yeah. If you're open to it, it can seriously change the way you live your life.
Yeah.
And before anybody asks it, it's not a cult. I don't know about you, but I get that a lot.
I get it a
Because
lot.
I'm talking about my feelings more, and I'm showing up more on social media, and people are like, "What are you doing?"
It's kind of a foreign thing.
Well, because people are so scared to talk about their feelings and be honest with yourself, right?
Yeah. And like the online world it's creating such an atmosphere for so many things and creating just different areas of life that can just come from it. And I mean, why not influence what we've become a part of with the businesses is just this group of positive people that are just want to create just impact the world in a positive way to I don't just create change so that each and every person can know who we are inside and just be better and be
Yeah.
happier and create a
It
happier
doesn't
atmosphere.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean that you have to go on Facebook and do a live about what's
No.
going on in life. It means looking inside
Mm-hmm.
of your life and the way that you think in here and the way
Totally.
that you talk to yourself and how that manifests into other parts of your life.
Yeah.
Like, and I forget who said it. Somebody had said it. Somebody in our group had said it one time, and they said like, once you get this right in here, it changes this right here, and then it changes everything around you. And
Yeah.
that's totally 100% true. Even in our family, like
Mhm.
my relationship with my kids has changed. My relationship with my husband has changed, and that is priceless, right?
Yeah.
Because yeah,
It's just, it changes everything.
it really does.
It only takes one person to create change in every relationship.
Hmm. And even if that one thing is like telling somebody they have a nice dress one
But
day, it makes you want to like hand out compliments. It makes
yeah,
you want to be more positive. When you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing that you do? Right now, the first thing that I do is do my gratitudes.
yeah, I have a thing of daily affirmations on my
Yeah,
wall that I read and say to myself.
everything is always working out for me.
Seriously.
Yeah,
Yeah.
here's to that.
Cheers to that. Anyways, I feel like we've beaten that one down.
Okay, I want to show everybody your fancy trophy.
Oh,
So I'll show you mine. This is my trophy that I got from Awaken. This is what you get when you
this
finish
is
your.
actually Kent's. Mine's upstairs.
Ah, you got yours too. Okay, where's yours from Activate? Because you got one from Activate too, right?
It's a little bit bigger.
Look at that.
Yeah.
What does it say?
It says, today marks an important day in your journey as a truer, more authentic version of you sets forth into the world, a version of you built on a foundation of new beliefs that support you in becoming more of who you've always been. Let your light shine.
Love it.
Yeah, activated.
Awesome.
So it's actually this is not a sales pitch, people. We are just like, for myself, I'm just so excited on how I finally feel connected from everywhere, my mind to my heart, everything. And it takes work every day, and I just hope that each and every person can one day find a way to feel like this, whether it's working online or it's just in every day. I know, like, I work shift work, and I don't know, just the way that I have become more aligned with myself, I'm loving work a lot more.
It makes a difference,
It
right?
makes a difference in everything. And so this course that we've done, it's a trilogy. There's a third course to go to that Kent and I are working our butts off right now to get to in June. So we'll see.
Yay!
But yeah,
Well,
it's pretty cool.
I can say I'm super proud of you guys, and I've seen the shift and I've seen the amazing difference in you guys. And I know that because of that, you guys, the ripple effect of that is going to be crazy. It already has, and I'm sure you feel it on your end too, as I do on mine. So yeah, well done, my friend.
Thank you.
Let's
Thank you.
drink some more wine.
Let's drink more wine. Why not? Who's drinking wine with us? We've got a few people on here still, and I just want a love if you are having a little glass of red with me.
Yeah, hit the emojis, guys.
And give us a wow if you're drinking the white with Paulette.
Wow for white.
Wow, wow, wow.
Wow. We were talking on another live about when you go to a party. Let's do a poll. When you go to a party,
Mm-hmm.
what do you bring? Like, because often when we go to somebody's house or whatever, we'll bring a bottle of wine or something. And most people I find bring bottles of red.
It's true.
I'm
I
a wine drinker, so I always,
actually, the only place I bring a bottle of white is to my mother-in-law's.
yeah.
But then I
Isn't
just recently, she started drinking red now too. So it's hit and miss. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong.
anybody coming to my house, feel free to bring white. Jerry drinks the red, but I mean, whatever.
That's actually very true. Everyone usually drinks red.
Yeah.
Is that because it pairs nicely with meat? I don't know.
Well, I think that's a whole other conversation.
Oh gosh. I could not be I'm not a wine connoisseur
we
because it
should
just
go
all
on a
tastes good.
we should go this summer. We should go on a wine tour, you and I, and do our
Hmm.
lives from our wine tour. What do you guys think of
Who
that?
would like to see that? Drop us a yes. Drop us a hell's yes if you want to
Drop
see.
us a hell's yes if you would like to see Paulette and Becs head out into the countryside.
Yeah.
We actually do have a plan to see each other this summer.
Yes. You're
Road
coming
trip.
this way.
Yes, I am.
How exciting. All right.
Okay.
Well, I feel like we've kind of just touched on quite a bit on that,
Yes.
on everything. And I'm not sure, is there anything else you wanted to chat about while we were on here? We are going to come back next week. I don't know what day. I'm surprising Paulette with this right now. That we will jump back on, and I'm gonna line somebody up to pop on with us, and we'll have a little chat. There'll be 3 of us, and just talking about life and potentially a little bit of online stuff that we do, and a little bit more positive mindset. You know, we'll talk about some mom struggles and whatnot on here as well. I got a little sunburnt today, jumping on the trampoline with my son and 2 little girls today, but just take care of yourself, because I definitely did not today. I got very fried. I have a couple blisters on my chest. But that is life. So.
But the glass half full part of that is that the sun is out, which means summer is coming.
Absolutely. And the kids are tired.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. All right. So we are going to pop off, but watch for a post on here, and we'll give a little shout out of what day we're going to come out, what time, and who's going to be joining us. So we will see everybody then. Bring your wine. Cheers.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you next time.